right, all praises.
Matthew 4:1.
Matthew 4:1.
Then was Yahushua led up of the spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil.
So Yahushua was there because we already went through Matthew 3. If you wasn't here, you missed it. So sorry. Feel sorry for you. We went through Matthew 3, where he already encountered John the Immerser, John the Baptist, and they had their conversation. John said, I must decrease. Now you're going to increase. Now we have Yahushua being led. That's the key word. That's the key word. He was being led. He didn't just was going up, whoop to do, and then got tempted. He was led that way to be tempted. He was led of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. To be tempted of the devil. This is something we all going to encounter. And this is a lot of times, and more often than not, this is something that that a lot of us lose at. When we come into this truth and it's time for temptation, a lot of us we lose. We don't even come back to the truth. We just lose. Because the spirit tests you. Is this one gonna stick and stay? Is this the right spirit that's gonna stay? Or is this spirit gonna give up? Let's hold that. Let's get 1 Peter 2:21.
1 Peter 2:21.
Mm-hmm.
1 Peter 2, verse 21. For even hereunto were ye called.
Peter said, even unto this you were called, brothers and sisters. Read.
Because Yahushua also suffered for us.
Because you know what? Yahushua, whom the world calls Christ, he suffered for us, and he was our example. Read.
Leaving us an example
Mm-hmm.
that ye should follow his steps.
That you should follow his steps. So guess what? He was led of the Spirit and tested of the devil. Guess what you're going to be? Led of the Spirit and tested of the devil. Let's go back to Matthew. Matthew 4 and 2.
Matthew 4, verse 2. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward hungry.
So he was fasting when he was getting ready to be tempted. He went on the fast, he consecrated himself. He was fasting 40 days, 40 nights. And after the fast, he was very hungry. So this fast a 40-day fast would leave you what? Physically weak. Right? And if you're physically weak, sometimes it affects your spirit. Right? So Satan thinking that not only is he physically weak, he must be spiritually weak at this time. Right? So he was in a very vulnerable I was. This is how you know. This is how you know that he was a man. That's it. Listen, folk want Yahushua to come out the womb with a cape on. Da-da-da.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Somebody say something. Folk want Yahushua to come out the womb with a cape on. Like he is super, you know what I'm saying? He was a physical man. He was hungry and he was vulnerable and he was in a weakened position. He was in a weak state. Verse 3.
And when the tempter came to him.
The tempter is now coming because he's in a vulnerable, weakened condition. Come on.
He said, if thou be the son of Yah, command that these stones be made bread.
Now notice he said, now notice his approach. When he was in this vulnerable state, he said, hey, listen, you hungry? The tempter is coming and say, you hungry? Command these stones to be made bread. He gonna tempt you with something that you know you can use right now, that you need right now. Command these stones to be bread if you're hungry. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Shy. He give it the nicknames. Hey, Shy. Hey, Shy.
No, we go way back.
Like Cadillacs on 4 flats. We go way back. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Now command these stones to be made bread. Verse 4.
But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone,
Come on.
but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yah.
He turned what he said right back on him. He turned what he said right back on him. He said, but he answered and said, it's written. He gave him the word of Yah. That's why I keep telling you, brothers and sisters, stop trying to use your own words to fight your battles. Go to the Bible to fight your battles. Because you can say some real slick words, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 syllable words. You can say something real slick and think it's real heavy, but you still losing because you ain't got no strength, no spiritual strength. And what you just said, because what you said was carnal. It wasn't spiritual. Well, Yahweh Shah said he hit him with carnal. He says, make these stones bread. You hungry? You vulnerable? You in a weakened position? That ain't nothing for you, Shy. Make these stones bread. He hit him with the spiritual. He said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but every word. He hit him with the script. Let's go to it. Deuteronomy.
And don't call me Shy.
Then don't call me Shy no more. Give me Deuteronomy. Give me Deuteronomy. Give me Deuteronomy 8:3.
Deuteronomy 8, verse 3. And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger and fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not, neither did thy father know.
Manna, for those you may not know, is bread. Come on.
That he might make thee know that man doth not live by bread alone only, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High.
So the just of what he was saying was, listen. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I can make these stones bread. The Father is going to be sufficient and give me everything that I need according to His good grace and time and mercy. So you can't tell me to jump the gun. Go on, make some bread for you, Shy. Do your thing. You can't tell me that. I don't listen to you, man. I listen to the Father. Yeah, you can't tell me what to do. I ain't listening to you.
One kill the body and the spirit.
I listen to the one where it says it is written that man should not live by bread alone, but by the word but every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Father. I only listen to the Father. I ain't thinking about you.
Tricks no good.
Yeah. TP, the tempter. They're giving each other nicknames. TP. Let's go for context. Let's go back up to Deuteronomy 8:1. Same chapter. Go to verse 1 right quick.
Deuteronomy 8, verse 1.
Watch this.
All the commandments which I command thee this day, ye shall observe to do, that ye may live and multiply.
Read that part again.
All the commandments which I command thee this day,
come on,
shall you observe to do.
So not some of the commandments, not part of the commandments, not the ones I think is apply today. All of the commandments, all of these commandments you shall do, and that ye may what? Live.
That you may live.
Come on.
And multiply, and go in and possess the land which the Most High swore unto your fathers.
The commandments proceed out of the mouth of Yah, and they bring life. The commandments that proceed out of the mouth of Yah brings life. Let's get John 15:26 right quick.
John 15, verse 26.
Come on.
But when the Comforter is come,
When the Spirit comes, the Comforter is the Spirit. Come
whom I
on.
will send unto you from the Father,
Mhm.
even the Spirit of
The
truth,
Comforter is the Spirit of truth. What is this Spirit of truth? Read.
even the Spirit of truth, which
Uh-huh.
proceedeth from the Father, he shall testify of me.
It's his word. His word is the Spirit of truth that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Father. That's what's going to give you comfort when you in your temptation. Did y'all see how that worked? Yeah. When you in trouble, run to the Bible. Don't run to your friend. Because soon as you get off the phone, your friend gonna call your other friend and talk stuff about you.
Wait for answer there.
Run to the Bible. That's where your answers lie. That's why we always say in Q&A, what's our motto? You got questions. Bible got the answers. That's what we go to. Let's go to Matthew. Back to Matthew. Back to Matthew. Matthew. What verse we on? The 5th verse?
4 and 5. Matthew 4, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple,
Come on.
and saith unto him, If thou be the Son of Yah, cast thyself down,
Mm-hmm.
for it is written, He shall give his angel charge concerning thee,
Mm-hmm.
and in their hands they shall bear thee up,
In their hands they should bear thee up. Come on.
lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone.
Unless at any time you dash your foot against a stone. Right? Right? All right. So verses 1 through 5 of the book of Matthew is the exact temptation, because the Satan is the same old dog with no new tricks. Matthew 1 through 5 is the exact same temptation that we see in Genesis. The same temptation that Adam and Eve went through. Same temptation. We're going to see it here. Let's go to Genesis 3 and 6.
Genesis 3, verse 6. And when the woman saw that and when the woman saw that the tree was good for food,
Now read that part again.
when the woman saw that the tree was good for food,
Read it again, because I want everybody to get it. Read it again, Matt. Genesis 3 and 6, top of the verse.
and when the woman saw that the tree was good for food,
When the woman saw that the tree was good for food, meaning lust is now conceived by what she's seen. When the woman saw it, she looked at it. She wondered what that is. Wonder what that is. Now lust is conceived. Read.
and that it was pleasant to the eye.
Here go the lust of the eyes. Lust has been conceived. Now you're entering into the lust of the eye. Same thing that was going on when Yahushua was being tempted. Read.
And a tree to be desired to make one wise.
Come on.
She took of the fruit thereof, and did eat.
Go back. I missed something. Go back over that last sentence again. And
that it was pleasant to the eyes.
That it was pleasant to the eyes.
And a tree to be desired.
That's the lust of the eyes. Pleasant to the eyes is lust of the eyes. A tree to be desired to make one wise is the pride of life. Just the pride of life. Come on.
She took of the tree thereof, and did eat.
That's the lust of the flesh. Come on.
And gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat.
And he did eat. The lust of the flesh. The lust of the flesh. Now, let's go to James, the brother of Yahushua. I put emphasis every time I read James. I put emphasis that is Yahushua's brother. The one that didn't believe him at first. Yahushua, no doubt, was putting him in headlocks and DDTing him and all that kind of stuff. James 1 and 15.
James 1:15.
James 1:15. Watch this.
James 1 verse 15. Then when lust hath conceived,
When lust has conceived, just like we read in Genesis, the 6th chapter, when the woman saw the tree that was good for food, that's lust being conceived. Yahweh Shai, when he was hungered in a weakened and vulnerable state, Yahweh Shai, what did the tempter do? He said, make these stones bread. He was trying to make a lust conceive in him. Lust conceived in him, meaning he was trying to bring about pride in him. Watch out, devil. I know what I'm doing. Watch out. I got this. I got this. I don't need to wait for the voice of the Most High Yah. I could do it on my own. Bricks, be made bread. He was tempting him with lust being conceived in him.
it's that water from the rock.
Like Moses, yeah. Like Moses did.
Water
For water from the rock. When Moses hit the rock, he didn't wait for Yahweh. He didn't wait for the Most High. He just hit the rock. Pop. Oh, y'all want it? I'm about to give it to you. I'm gonna do it.
That's why he ain't make the crumbs of that.
That's lust and pride being conceived in you. Y'all understand where we at? This is what Yahweh Shai was being tempted with. Where we at? What verse we at? Still at 15. All right, read verse 1 to 15.
Then when lust hath conceived, it
Mm.
bringeth forth sin.
When lust is conceived, it brings forth sin. When lust is conceived, meaning when you have the very thought of the thing and you accept the thought, now the very thing that you thought you would not do comes to bear. Comes to bear. Come on.
And sin,
And when that sin is brought to bear, come on,
when it is finished,
when it's done with you,
bringeth forth death.
it brings forth spiritual and physical death. Because that's all sin wants with you. When it's done with you, it's done with you. And when you look around, you say, how did I get here? Because when it first came, it came to you to build that lust and that pride in you, and you accepted it. Well, just a little bit.
Got your boy up celebrating Thanksgiving.
Well, look. Well, we gonna read the Bible and dim the lights. You can come on over. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Didn't like.
Dim the lights. I can't see in here. You better get like Joseph. As soon as she opened up the door, you better get ghost. Pound. Don't leave your coat though, because she could testify against you. See, he was here. The coat was right here. The coat right here. All right, let's get back to Matthew. I ain't gonna talk about no sex demons today. Let's get back to Matthew. Matthew 4. Matthew 4, and where was we at? 4 and 3?
Yeah, like 6.
We had 6, but I want for Matthew 4 and 3. So for the
Okay.
Let's go back to Matthew 4 and 3 right quick.
Matthew 4 verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the son of Yah, command that these stones be made of bread.
He's tempting him with the lust of the flesh because he's in a physical weakened condition, as I said. Now, let's get John, 1 John 2 and 16.
1 John 2 verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh.
John is our dear brother John is about to tell us the whole entire makeup of sin. This is the entirety of sin. Every sin in the world is made up of these parts. Let's read it, verse 16.
For all that is in the world,
Uh-huh.
the lust of the flesh,
The lust of the
and
flesh,
the lust of the eyes,
the lust of the
and the
eyes,
pride of
the
life,
pride of life.
is not of the Father,
Come on.
but is of the world.
Read verse 17.
And the world passeth away,
Come on.
and the lust thereof.
Mm-hmm.
But he that doeth the will of Yah abideth forever.
So, and the Satan knows this. So that's why he's tempting Yahushua. He knows that all that's in the world, all I gotta do is initiate the lust.
You know,
That's all I gotta do. And if he fall for, if he stare too long, if he have a conversation about the lust too long, if he meditate too long, then I know that pride of life is there, because it's in all men to be prideful. You don't know that? And when I say men, I'm talking about women too. Everybody has the potential to be prideful. I know that it's there. Can you imagine how humble and meek Yahushua had to be, knowing knowing who he was? He know what you thinking, and you trying to play games with him. He reading your thoughts, and you playing games.
So he had stay in the problem.
Huh?
He's like,
Really?
yeah.
All right. This is what Yahushua, this is what Satan did to Yahushua. This is how he tempted him. Let's go back to Matthew. Everybody understand what I'm saying?
Huh?
Matthew 4 and 6.
Matthew 4, verse 6. And saith unto him, if thou be the Son of Yah, cast thyself down, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone.
So dash your foot against the stone means to die. That's what it's talking about. So this is the pride of life. Being arrogant, high-minded, and not putting the Most High first. This is the pride of life. The lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. All this in the world, according to our dear brother John. Verse 7.
Yahushua said unto him, it is written again, thou shalt not tempt the master Yah.
3.
Against the devil taketh him again, the devil taketh him up in an exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them.
So the first thing he said was in verse 6, he said, cast thyself down. This is pride he's talking to, just the pride of life. Cast yourself down. The second thing he says to him is, the second thing he does to him is that's how you know this was in the spirit as well. He takes him up on a exceedingly high mountain, right? And showeth him all the kingdoms of the world. He showed him every nation on earth. All this could be yours. Because remember, Satan is the prince and power of the air, right? So if evil men and wicked men are in power and authority, then who's running that kingdom? Satan. Satan is running that kingdom, right? So he takes Yahushua up and said, Rome could be yours. The Persians could be yours. The Babylonians, everybody. All of this could be yours. I'll make them all worship you. And you can have all the glory of them. I give it to you. Verse 9.
And saith unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou would fall down and worship me.
This is the lust of the eyes. He tempted Yahushua with the lust of the eyes. Well, when he showed him all these things, you know he was showing him all the wealth of the nations, right? I give you all this money. I give you all, you'll be the wealthy, the richest man in the world. I give you everything. All you got to do is get in league with me. Now, Yahushua didn't do this. But there's a group of people that did. Who was that group of people that did do this? Specifically of that clan. Who did that? Amalek. Amalek. Those so-called white Jews you see. That's why Yahweh calls them what? The synagogue of Satan. Yeah. Because the Most High has children on the earth. And the devil do too.
His own special kind.
His own special.
Above everybody.
That's right.
Like Deuteronomy 7:6 say for us,
That's right.
he got his own one. They don't need the book though.
That's right. Elon Musk.
What is he?
He's a South African. Yeah, he Edomite, South African, but I'm not sure if he's Amalek or not. I'm not sure. Always trying to go up into space. Yeah, because they always trying to they trying to get up out of here. They know what's coming. Did you hear Mark Wahlberg? Wahlberg created a multi-million-dollar underground facilities. Underground. Everything that you could live for what did I say? Wahlberg. I didn't mean Wahlberg. I meant Zuckerberg. Yeah, Zuckerberg, Wahlberg, same thing.
Yeah.
He created a $1 billion bunker.
As if he gonna get away.
Yeah. He created a $1 billion bunker where they can drive cars down there, everything. They got all kind of highways down there, neighborhoods, all kind of stuff where they think they're gonna live underground when we rule. They think they're going underground. But
Like when he went into the caves.
yeah, but we going in after them. Yeah, that's when we really gonna have on capes. We're gonna have on capes for real.
Nettles and juniper
It was
roots,
the joke.
mallows. Yeah.
What verse was we at? Anybody remember? Was that 9 we was on?
We had 10.
Let's read 9 again.
And said unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou would fall down and worship me.
So we have the lust of the eyes. So let's get the 3 things that begins, or let's get the 3 things that are a part of the spiritual fornication and idolatry. What are they?
The lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, the pride of life.
Say it again.
The lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life.
In the pride of life. That's right. That's right. Matthew 4:10. At least somebody's listening to me. Thank you.
Bishop talks in his sleep.
Thank you, man. Matthew 4:10.
Matthew 4, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Then said Yahushua unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the master Yah, and him only shalt thou serve.
You see how Yahweh keep hitting him with the word? It's written. It's written. It's written. He ain't going in there talking about something. Satan, the Lord rebuke you. Yeah, he ain't going in there with that. He coming out of the book. Because your words is garbage. Just like that came in, that sound came in right on time. Your words is garbage. You better get the Most High's words. His words is powerful and quick and sharper than any two-edged sword. You better get his word. You could be up there talking about something. I rebuke you. I rebuke you. I rebuke you. You gonna get beat on. You gonna get whooped. You better open up that book and start reading some out loud, some words. This is what the Bible says.
Almost 121.
Was that?
That's right.
Got the sound, so
That's right. Break it out. That's right.
You can't touch me.
You can't touch me. That's right. Verse 11.
Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him.
So even Yahweh Shai, and I said this to a brother just the other day, we was just talking. I said, even Yahweh Shai needed to be ministered to. I was talking to a brother about linking up with True Nation and how before we linked up with True Nation, you know what I'm saying, nobody could minister to me. Who was there to minister to me? I'm giving out, I'm giving out, I'm giving out, I'm giving out. I'm emptying my soul. But I had no brothers around me to pour into me. You know, even Yahweh Shah had to have somebody come and minister to him, to restore him, to refresh him, to build him, to help him move forward. Yeah, yeah.
Who was that? Moses and Elijah? Was Moses Elijah?
Yeah, on the transitional mountain. Yeah, Moses and
Gethsemane?
yeah, no, it was the Mount of Transfiguration. Yeah.
Moses and
Elijah. Mhm. All right. I want you to understand something, brothers and sisters. I want you to hear me. Temptation is seasonal, or rather, some temptation you overcome, and some things will swing back around if you do not overcome them. Okay, so temptation is seasonal because it's there to do two things. It's either there to build your character, or it's there to show you something about you that you can't see. That's what temptation does. It builds in you character, and or it shows you something about yourself that you cannot see. So when the tempter comes, you say, oh my God, I didn't know I had a nasty personality. I didn't know that I didn't know that I was that aggressive and mean and nasty. It shows you something about, and sometimes you fail at it. And if you got a right spirit, somebody could tell you, listen, you have a very nasty disposition. I'm serious. If you can accept it,
If they can accept it.
if you can accept it, you have a very nasty exterior about yourself. And I'm only telling you, sister, about because I love you. But you're very nasty and mean.
very unpleasant.
Very unpleasant. And if you could take it, you say, I accept this, and do something about it. And do something about it. It's not being, you see when people nowadays, you got to walk on eggshells around folks. Back in the day, you used to just could tell people, hey, this, that, and the other, this, and that's it. And they'll address themselves. Now you got to be like holding their hand. It's gonna be all right. You know, you gotta look me in my eyes. I'm not trying to hurt you. You know what I'm saying?
I want to trigger
So
you.
you don't lose your job or.
Yeah.
I don't want to trigger you. I want to trigger
I
you.
want to trigger you.
But
Yeah, you gotta handle folk with kid gloves on.
you know
what I'm saying?
Like,
But why don't you just, you know what I'm saying? It used to be a day where you could just with a sex thing. You used to tell people. You could just tell people. Yeah, then you used to could tell, just tell them, hey, listen, don't say that, don't do this, da 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 da. This now, and I'm talking about not just women, I'm talking about the men crying,
oh no, listen.
crying.
Let me tell you, and it's so funny because the attack is on the most masculine of men. We're talking about boxers acting like like they sit down and use the bathroom. boxers, football players, basketball players. He's supposed to be the manliest of men.
You're a gladiator. Yeah, you're a gladiator.
You're gonna down the court, you're gonna
Yeah.
down the ring, you're gonna down the field.
Did you even take that what you talking about?
You know, now,
You talking about quit, you got a fight coming up.
yeah.
You get killed in that ring.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna stop because, my emotions and,
What? Listen.
That's all you hear nowadays.
Listen. Okay. This is the thing. They all they do is go on these podcasts and just gossip.
yeah, hey,
Yeah.
It's constant gossip. That's your claim to fame. You know, like it's so crazy to hear the ones that come from the 90s and they claim the fame. They can't even come on a podcast without talking about Tupac. He's been dead since I was 24. You know how
Yeah. You old too.
Exactly.
Damn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're right. Don Cheadle and Kevin Hart. Yeah. You talking about a man been dead for what? 24, 29 years. 29 years.
29 years, yeah.
Yeah, 28 so far, almost 29 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I was 24, I'm 53.
Right.
yeah.
Let's get Matthew 4:11.
Matthew 4, verse 11. Then the devil left him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him.
And ministered unto him. So your temptation is seasonal. All right. Let's get Luke 4:13.
Luke 4, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
And when the devil had ended all the temptation, he departed from him for a season.
For a what?
Season.
When he tempted him with all that he could tempt him with, he left him for a little while. For just a season. Because he looked at Yahweh and said, oh, I'll be back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna swing back around.
No season.
That's why I said that's why I said your test is seasonal. It happens, but it may swing back around.
You back to holler.
Yeah, be back to holler at you. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get you this time. But the next time I swing around, you might be tired, you might be fed up, you might be in a weakened position. And now you're gonna fall for what I put out there. You're gonna pick up what I'm laying down. Matthew 4:12.
Matthew 4.
I gotta watch my sayings because our Ryan said I got old man sayings. Matthew 4:12.
Matthew 4, verse 12. Now, when Yahushua had heard that John was cast into prison, he departed into Galilee.
Come on.
And leaving Nazareth, he came and dwelt in Capernaum.
In Capernaum.
Capernaum.
Read verse 13 again, because most people don't understand this.
And leaving Nazareth, he came and dwelt in Capernaum.
To dwell there means to do what? To live. Yahushua lived in Capernaum, but Yahushua was not a bum. He wasn't just bumming it out, running around. He wasn't laying up on Mary Magdalene. He
Living at home with his mama.
He wasn't at home with his mama. In the basement.
Oh my. Stop it. I can't do that today.
He wasn't laid up at Mary Magdalene's house, chilling.
On Shabbat.
On Shabbat, chilling.
Oh, that's key to get to that. Oh, that's key to get to that.
He wasn't a bum. To dwell there means he lived there in Capernaum. He had a house. Let's finish that verse out.
And leaving Nazareth, he came and dwelt in Capernaum.
Mm-hmm.
Which is upon the seacoast,
Mm-hmm.
in the border of Zebulun and
Naphtali.
Naphtali.
Mm-hmm. Where this is where he lived. I want y'all to listen to me. This is where Yahushua lived, and I'm about to prove this where he lived. Because most people believe he just was like the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head and just running around. He just laying on the ground on hard bricks, getting boils, and you know,
Keeping the feast of boots.
people and like he was bumming it out. He ain't had no job. He was broke.
But why would you think that about Elisa? He's a carpenter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
had a
was
job. Yes, he had a job.
Get money.
He had his own business. He was a carpenter.
Yeah, get money.
Run that. Yeah, you have a shot. You know.
He wasn't bummed out. Let's get Matthew. Let's get the book of Matthew, chapter 9. Chapter 9.
He was getting dope.
Yeah, he was a carpenter. He had his own house. Matthew, the 9th chapter.
And what?
Start at verse 1.
Matthew 9, verse 1.
Mhm.
And he entered into a ship and passed over and came into his own city.
This is Yahweh Shai. He entered into a ship because he was at the Sea of Galilee. He passed over to the other side and entered into his own city, which was Capernaum. We just read that was his own city in Matthew, the 4th chapter. He entered his own city where he lived, Capernaum. Now let's go, hold that. Let's go to Mark 2 and 1. I'm showing y'all by doing this. This is how you read the Bible. Precept upon precept. Here a little and there a little. Mark 2 and 1.
Mark 2, verse 1.
Mhm.
And again, he entered into Capernaum.
He entered into Capernaum. This is talking about the same thing. Again, he entered into Capernaum, his own city where he lived.
After some days.
After some days, come on.
And it was noise that he was in the house.
It was noise that he was in his house. He's home now. It was noise abroad, and Capernaum's like, oh, the donkey's there. He's home. The donkey's in the driveway. He's home. That cat.
Rode in on
Sales
that.
papers.
The sales paper. The sales papers is gone. Off.
No solicitor.
Yahweh Shai is at the house now. Peter and them in the backyard, they barbecuing some fish and stuff. He at the crib now. The noise was abroad, meaning people have been coming by his house. He wasn't home. But then he got into a ship. It's telling you. He went to Capernaum where he dwelt. He went home. And when he got there, it was a noise abroad, meaning people started to say, oh, he at the crib now. Y'all understand it? Y'all following? He at the crib now? Come on, he's home. Come on.
And straightway, many were gathered there. Many were gathered together.
Mm-hmm.
And so much that there was no room to receive them.
He couldn't receive him at his house because there was too many people. Come on.
No, not so much as about the door.
Mm-hmm.
And he preached the word unto them.
He was preaching at his house. He preaching. And people coming to his house. But they're packing it out. They can't, how do you see the disciples is trying to keep it in order. But the people, they coming, they like, that's Yahweh Shai. We got to get him. I got to hear what he's saying. I got to at least touch him or something. Read.
And they came unto him,
Uh-huh.
bringing one sick of the palsy,
Mm-hmm.
which was born of 4.
Read.
And when they could not come near unto him for the press, they uncovered the roof where he was.
So Yahweh Shai sitting like this. So for example, he's sitting at his table, he teaching. Everybody is in his living room, dining room, his kitchen. They packed out. They come in sick of the palsy. He's trying to get in. They can't get in. So they said, we got to go on the roof. They go on the roof and start tearing off his roof so they can let the sick one down into his house where he was.
Because he was a carpenter.
He had to be slow to anger, but he had to be angry about that. I knew what was going on out there. You know what the fuck?
Verse 4 again.
Mark 2 and 4. And when they could not come near unto him for the press, they uncovered the roof where he was.
Come on.
And when they had broken it up, they let down the bed wherein the sick of the palsy lay.
Now let's go back to Matthew 4 and 14.
Matthew 4, verse 14. That it might be fulfilled, which was spoken of Esaias,
Mm-hmm.
the prophet, saying, the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, by the way of the sea, beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
The people which sat in the darkness saw great lights, and to them which sat in the region and shadow of death, light is sprung up.
Light is sprung up, meaning it's because Yahushua lived in Capernaum, right? Capernaum, they made note in the scriptures to make sure that you know where Capernaum was located. Capernaum was located near the land of Naphtali and Zebulun. Naphtali and Zebulun are now called Gentiles. This is the northern kingdom of Israel, right? They are now called Gentiles because this is fulfilling the prophecy. Let's read the fulfillment of the prophecy again, verse 14.
That it might be fulfilled, which is spoken by Isaiah, the prophet, saying, the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, by the way of the sea, beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles. The people which sat in the darkness saw great light.
They saw a great light. With the great light is Yahushua. Read.
And to them which sat in the region and shadow of death, light is sprung up.
Yahushua sprung up. Let's go to Isaiah. This is what he was quoting. Let's get the quote. Let's get the scripture. Isaiah 9, 1 and 2. Y'all okay? Everybody okay? Y'all want me to stop here or you want me? Okay. Isaiah 9 and 1.
Isaiah 9, 1, verses 1 and 2. Nevertheless, the dimness shall not be such as was in her vexation.
Come on.
When at the first he lighted, afflicted the land of Zebulun.
The land of Zebulun. Come on.
And the land of Naphtali.
In the land of Naphtali, which are the northern kingdoms, but are now called Gentiles. Come on.
And afterward did more grievously afflict her by the way of the sea.
Come on.
Beyond Jordan. And Galilee of the nations.
Galilee of the nations, where Yahushua lived, where he lived. Come on, verse 2.
People that walked in darkness have seen a great light. They that dwell in the land of the shadow of death. Come on. Upon them have the light shined.
Upon them have the light shine. Yahushua is that light that's being shined. But he dealt first with the southern kingdom and then afterward northern kingdom. Let's get 1 Peter 2 and 9. Because the disciples carried his message, the apostles carried his message after he died.
1 Peter 2, verse 9.
Come on. And was resurrected.
But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of the darkness into his marvelous light.
Because he is that great light. Verse 10.
Which in time past were not of people.
You were not my people, Zebulun. You were not my people, Naphtali. You were not my people, Asher. You were not my people. But now, because of Yahushua, you can be called my people. Come on.
Which in time past were not of people. Were not a people.
Come on.
But are now the people of Yah.
Come on.
Which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy.
You obtained mercy through the death, burial, resurrection of Yahushua the Messiah. You didn't have mercy before, but you have it now. Northern Kingdom. You didn't have mercy before, but you got it now.
So he moved there, minister to him.
He moved there so the disciples can be, so he could show them, this is where I want you to go. This is where we headed. Yeah, this is where we headed. Matthew 4 and 17. Because he started with Southern Kingdom. You're gonna my taught ones are gonna finish off with Northern Kingdom. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
Matthew what?
Matthew 4 and 17.
Matthew 4, verse 17. From the time that Yahushua began to preach and to say, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And Yahushua walking.
What did he mean by that? The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Meaning that there's a tangible, there's an obtainable, achievable, and it's achievable right now. It's at hand. It's obtainable right now. The kingdom of heaven, you can have it right now. And it's a two-part process. The first is the term the kingdom of heaven. The first is the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of our Lord appears twice in the Old Testament. In addition, his kingdom and your kingdom are sometimes utilized referring to Yah's government. Let me show you what I mean. Let's go to 1 Chronicles 28 and 5. When he said the kingdom of heaven and hell, is a it's a twofold process. First Chronicles 28:5.
First Chronicles 2, verse 5. 28:5.
28:5.
28:5. And of all my sons, for the Most High have given me many sons, he hath chosen Solomon,
Watch this.
my son, to sit upon the throne of the kingdom of the Most High over Israel.
This is the name of our government. The kingdom of our Lord, the kingdom of the Most High. Or this is the name. This is the name of our government. The kingdom of Yah is the governing body or the operating system of the children of Israel. The kingdom of Yah is the governing body or the operating system of the children of Israel. Matthew 11:12, right quick. We're almost done, I think.
Matthew 11, verse 12.
Mhm.
And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven suffered violence,
Mhm.
and the violent take it by force.
So we were always known as the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of our Yah, the kingdom of heaven. That's our operating system. That is what we are known as. That's how the Father refers to our government, the kingdom of heaven. What is the tangible presence of the children of Israel? The operations of, that wasn't it? That wasn't it? Okay. What is the tangible presence of the children of Israel? The operations of his governing system is achievable. The operations of the government or the kingdom of heaven or the kingdom of our Yah, that system is achievable right now. We operate like that down here because it is an operating system that's going on in heaven, in the heavenlies. So we're connected. The heavenly host in heaven and the heavenly host down here have two different jobs, but we're on the same team. Are y'all with me? Matthew 5:20.
Matthew 5, verse 20. For I say unto you, that except the righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven.
In no case, you can't enter into the kingdom of heaven. You can't even see it. Like he told Nicodemus in John, the 3rd chapter. You can't even see unless you're born again. You can't see it. You can't achieve it. It's not tangible to you. But when you're in the spirit of the Most High, when you're following this commandments of the Most High, you can achieve the very essence, the disposition of the kingdom of heaven. We should be mimicking on earth. That's why y'all hear me getting on y'all so bad about how we treat one another, because the Most High is not in that. It's not in that. It's not in that. And you can never move forward until you get that straight first, because you have to lay your gift down. You have to lay your gift down and go reconcile with your brother first. The Most High said, I don't even want to accept your gift. No, I don't want your worship. I don't want your praise. I don't want nothing from you until you go get it straight with your brother first. That's why you will always hear me say, come together, love one another. We're family, forgive one another. Because we can't get to the next level until we do that. That's the first work. That's the first work. And when people come in here, you know what I want them to feel? I want them to feel the love of Yah when they come in here. And I want them to say, I want somebody to love me like that. And they'll know it, and it's tangible. It's tangible. They can feel it. They can touch it. They'll know it. Y'all with me? Matthew 4:18.
Matthew 4, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
Yahushua, walking by the Sea of Galilee, saw two brethren, Simon called Peter, and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea,
Come on.
for they were fishers.
Read.
And he saith unto them, follow me, and I will make you fishers of men.
Come on, follow me, and I'll make you fishers of men. Read.
And they straightway left their nets and followed him.
That's heavy right there. They was out there working. He's like, follow me, and I'll make you fishers of men. And they was like, boop, we out. Come on.
And going on from thence, he saw other two brethren, James the son of Zebedee,
Mm-hmm.
and John his brother, in a ship with Zebedee's their father,
Mm-hmm.
mending their nets.
Excuse me.
And he
Go ahead.
called them.
Mm-hmm.
And they immediately left the ship and their father and followed him.
They left what they were doing and followed him. Your response when you come into this truth, I'm gonna tell you, and many people failed in this behavior. Your response when you come into this truth has to be purposeful. It has to be immediate. It has to be intentional. When I came into this truth,